So both fighters undefeated for this one, making his debut. He's had a couple of interclubs. Roman TEISSEDRE in the red corner against Marcus Phillip from the blue. 1-0 in the amateur ranks. Malcolm, this is going to be a great fight. Both guys young, hungry, athletic, everything there.
Well, Chris, the good thing about this is a big show. So, you know, for Roman TEISSEDRE making his debut here, what an honor. For Marcus Phillip, he has had that one-fight experience, but I think for both of them, this is a lovely showcase. It's a great atmosphere. It's very knowledgeable, very sporting fans. You've got one of the best referees in the world there looking after you, and you're on a great show being streamed live. So, I mean, this for me, we've talked about experience and challenges as the main themes of tonight. This is great for both these men.
And the most interesting thing, I think, for me was the fact that Malcolm, both guys said to each other, plain and simple, expect a tough fight. So out of the red corner, you saw the graphics there. Roman taking on Marcus in the blue. And it's all business right now in London, Malcolm.
Well, again, Chris, it's how you adapt. Part of your fight camp is obviously controlling your nerves, how you feel on the big day. This is a big day, big show. Very warm spring evening here tonight as well. So all these things come into play when you're at such a novice level. One having his second fight, one making his debut. How you handle all that will have an impact. And Marcus Phillip coming forward very strong. And as we see, it's really clean technique. Now, Pete Richardson probably going to have a word with Roman about the leg catch here under the K1 rules. But for me, I was going to say Marcus Phillip, left, right roundhouse. The left and right, bringing the hands up. And again, the right roundhouse targeting that lead thigh of Roman.
And so for those of you guys and gals watching, we are under the WKU rule set. The amateurs, of course, having to deal with some of the finite points of not using the spinning back fist, not stepping forward, allowing that kick catch, but not stepping forward after catching the kick. So some things to watch out for. Both guys looking really clean and steady so far, though.
Oh, I mean, when you think they've had one fight between them, the technique level, the skill level is superb, Chris.
Well, one fight in the amateur ranks, but of course there were some interclubs on the side of Roman. So he's had some experience before coming in here, a young guy himself. Both guys giving a good account of each other, though. The body shots, though.
I think the boxing edge is just with Marcus Phillip from what we've seen there. There was a lovely little corkscrew uppercut earlier here, and he's bringing those hands in as a distraction to bring those knees underneath. That was a solid knee. Roman felt that one.
And Roman TEISSEDRE backing off here just a little bit, trying to cover up. Going to the body is Marcus Phillip. Phillip there with a big right hook.
It's these knees, though, Chris. That's the third knee in a row. That's why he's getting the count. What he does well is he brings those booming hooks into the head and then fluidly brings the knee in underneath. And that was 3 in a row. The first 2 hurt Roman. The third one he found hard to take.
Going body, head there. Marcus Phillip looking to close the show here in London. Body, head right on cue. Double hook there to the midsection, then the right over the top of the guard. Roman is in trouble here, Malcolm. 10-second clapper.
That's the difference between the two men, Chris, is the fact that Marcus, it's the range of technique and the fluidity with which he uses it. That will help Roman's confidence there.
Now that won't score. The corner not happy there, but what I love about the corner was when Phillip actually dropped TEISSEDRE, or excuse me, rather got the count, he went and actually was listening to his corner. He said, all right, I've slowed my breathing down. I'm not going to run here and try to do anything stupid. He put on the pressure from the beginning to the end, got the count, 10-8 rounds.
The other thing as well, just to clarify, Pete Richardson and Roman there, he's saying you can catch and strike, but you can't catch and sweep him like that and take him to the canvas. As you said, it won't score, and Pete wasn't impressed, but here's the setup. And it's the hands high, the knees underneath. It's the fluidity of Marcus Phillip's work that has really impressed me, Chris.
So taking a look at some of the corner work here, a very relaxed Marcus Phillip. Roman TEISSEDRE also really slowing down the breathing. His coach saying, really keep those hands up. Watch out for the body shots, you know. It's when you're getting ripped to the midsection like that, of course you do have that tendency to try to drop down and cover. That, for me, is exactly what Marcus Phillip is banking on.
Well, you saw that clubbing right hand right above our commentary position as soon as those hands came down. That's the problem for Roman.
So 2 of 3 here.
Now, for me, in the middle of that round, Roman threw a perfectly timed front kick, and he needs more of those with that height and range he's got at the weight to stop Marcus coming in at will at the moment.
Good break there, Marcus Phillip. He did very well a couple of times in the first round. Beautiful snapping jab there, though, from TEISSEDRE. He's got to get the respect and get behind that jab, use the reach. because Roman is a powerhouse.
Well, that's the thing, the jab and the front kick. Keep Roman at your range. You don't want him on the inside there where these knees come in so fluidly, and then at the moment he sees your hand drop, he brings the punches over the top. This is a better start from Roman in the second round.
And a better strategy as well. He's got those power shots, but setting them up is key. He's got to gain the respect of Marcus Phillip. He's got to push him back, keep his own back to center space, and use the geometry.
Well, he's done well here, and he's brought his own knees into play as well. And it's a much more even second round, as we saw there. Nice, and instinctively after the hands, the left knee comes up from that southpaw stance from Roman now. And what he's done, Chris, is he's stopped Marcus coming in at will, which he needed to do.
He's very smart. If he reaches long with a punch, he's also thinking about that clinch. If he steps in deep, he's looking to load up power for the knee. Everything is educated. He's fighting like a fighter who is well beyond his own experience. And for me, that's one of the most impressive things to see on this card so far. Marcus Phillip, though, the epitome of that idea.
Well, the thing is, when he's on the inside, he's still so powerful. I think Roman TEISSEDRE has done a good job of evening things up here in the second, but I still feel the real raw power lies with Marcus, which is always a problem when you're in the opposite corner. You've got to stay focused, you've got to stay sharp.
So 10-second clapper here. You are tuned into the free Facebook prelims, Next Generation Combat, going live and worldwide here from South London. An amazing night, title fights, local rivalries, international level, world-class talent. And you can watch it all live and exclusive on FITE, that's F-I-T-E. Check out their app or, of course, their web page.
For me, when you look at that second round, it's hard to believe that in terms of actual genuine bout experience, they've only got one between them, Chris, because that was an excellent second round. Roman TEISSEDRE came in far more, used his own knees fluidly, tried to keep the range. He stopped Marcus Phillip coming in at will, because when Marcus gets in the groove, he's very fluid. But look, Roman matches him and stops that rhythm. He tries to break that rhythm here in the second round, and he does a better job. And again, even when he's being caught, he's coming back, which is asking questions of Marcus Phillip, which made it a more even round. Now, I'm not saying by any stretch of the imagination that suddenly he's turned it around and taken it, but he's made it competitive and he's made Marcus Phillip think. And when you watch these exchanges, and only one fight between them, it's incredible.
And the big thing for me was the fact that Roman was able to go out there and use that jab and show the fact that he's not gun shy. He knows that he can engage confidently with Phillip, but the thing is, it's all about the setup. Third and final round here in London. Chris Hoekstra alongside Malcolm Martin. Great to be with you on the road to the main card, which is live and exclusive worldwide on FITE, only on pay-per-view.
Oh, we're in the fourth preliminary, and they're superb. I mean, the expertise, the technique has been amazing for the experience levels on display. It's been wonderful to watch.
Round kick there, good catch. Punishing right hand.
Now he's going to be warned again. The last warning for, he's held on to that catch too long, Chris, and he's thrown too many techniques from holding that catch. But Roman has grown in confidence, because let's forget the interclubs. They're exactly that. That's what interclubs are all about. This is his first competitive experience in front of a big crowd in the ring. And so there was also the blooding in process in that opening round. He has grown in experience and confidence as these rounds have gone on, and he's now actually forcing Marcus Phillip back. You can see the confidence boost and growth in him as this bout's gone on.
Roman doing a good job here, pushing him into the ropes. Pete Richardson says we need a separation. He's going to call them to the neutral corner.
He's going to lose a point here, I think, Chris.
Yeah, he's going to look to obviously give him a warning. The big question is he going to deduct a point? Yes, he will. That is massive.
He said final warning last time out. He said third and final time. I knew the point deduction was coming.
Good low kick here. Now the question is, can Marcus Phillip coast at this point?
He can't coast, but it means he can't, you know, if he stays sensible, he can't lose. He's just got to stay focused and sensible. What I've liked about Roman TEISSEDRE, forget the points deduction, forget the fact he's now going to lose this bout. As his debut, once the first round was out of the way, he has matched Marcus Phillip and done really well here. So the positives he takes away from this is a really good performance.
And that's one of the most important things about this. I mean, he's showing great combinations. He's completely out kickboxing Phillip right now. Great combinations here. Roman TEISSEDRE looking to really pour on the pain. blizzard of strikes here. Seconds to go in London.
It's an incredible finish. You know, you almost want him to get the count because he's done so well, but it's a great bout. TEISSEDRE holds his hands up. He certainly hasn't won. There's no way he can do that with the point deduction and the count. But as the bout's gone on, he's really proved himself. Marcus Phillip, after a big start, he weathered the storm, but he had to. The third round was an impressive round overall from Roman TEISSEDRE, and he grew in confidence and stature and was willing to stand and trade with Marcus. And in that last 30 seconds, he poured it on.
And there were some massive power shots there. Marcus Phillip really doing well to get that count early in the first round. It was a more competitive fight as it went on, and that was, for me, one of the biggest differences for TEISSEDRE. He learned, he adapted, he listened to his corner, and he obviously made some of the key corrections that he needed to do. He's going to learn a lot from this fight, win or lose.
That's right, Chris. It was a very competitive bout. Key moments. The first round, the count, which came naturally from the technique of Marcus Phillip. The third round, the point deduction from holding the catch far too long. But he'll learn from it, and for a debut, that was very, very impressive. That said, let's remember Marcus Phillip, this was only his second bout. He's got the win. He's going to be unbeaten in 2, but a great future for both these young men, and a fantastic preliminary bout here on this card.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges see the contest unanimously. The fight from Norman Gym and still undefeated, Marcus Phillip.
Yes. Good win for Marcus Phillip, but a big learning curve for Roman TEISSEDRE, and I think there's far more to come from this young man. Very impressed with both of them, with only one actual amateur bout between them.